The presentation that I'm giving, Reinvigorating a Community-Led Economy, it's on behalf of Kanaka Bar Indian Band. When I say community-led, that's exactly what happened. Everything that we did over the last 3.5 years has been led by community, and that is the part that really fascinated me from day one. It's true democracy for me. It's like it's really working.
For 7,000 years, a population of over 2,000 people lived year-round at the confluence of the Fraser and Coyote Creek. Contact only occurred 150 plus years ago, so my grandmother's teachings actually predate contact. She said her grandmother told her that her grandmother had told her that we'd lived here forever.
The Patrick that I know grew up here in this town. He got himself an education, became a lawyer. He understands the system outside, he understands the system inside, and he knows how to marry the both. Someone realized in the community, whether it was council or Patrick, that the funding that they're receiving from the government, that's never going to be sufficient. So they realized that there has to be something better than that. But it takes a vision, right? It took 30 years for this community to build that project.
So in 1978, I pitched the idea of a hydroelectric project. I was told we're Indians, we don't do stuff like that. But if they can do it, why can't we? It took 12 years to start changing that negative mindset to maybe we can become self-determining again. So what the chief did was he actually filed for the water license on Coyote Creek. He made a decision that our saving grace might be that hydro project. The power station over there has 4 turbines, each one rated at 15 megawatts of electricity. Approximately 7.4 kilometers up the road is an intake on the creek. So the intake has a 6-foot pipe, and the water starts just flowing in really slow. And then as it comes down, it starts increasing in pressure and hits what's called a Pelton wheel, which is attached to a generator. So we're producing 52.3 megawatts of electricity. We get 7.2 cents per kilowatt hour. The water is taken at a point of diversion and it's returned back in without extraction.
For a community of Kanaka size, this is a huge project. It's $200 million, diversified revenue streams for 40 years, and the community wanted to fix the governance, the management systems to make sure that the future generations' funds, monies, and things like that are properly secured. There was no constitution at the time, no governance code, no election code, or no membership code. My role in that very first engagement was simply to listen and understand what were the expectations of the council and the rest of the community, and just somehow help them. I went to business school at SFU to really understand how the business side of things works. In the MBA program, you talk about things like negotiations, you talk about business strategy, you talk about HR management. Those are all courses that are being applied as we speak now in this community, not on a grand scale, but on a scale that people within the community can really understand. I really had to meet with people in the community to understand what is it that they want, and then create a system, a roadmap for the community to get those things done. It was ideas coming from their side, and we were just there to scribe it and make it legal, basically. That was it.
Our vision statement for the community is to return to a self-sufficient, sustainable, and vibrant community. So we're putting in small-scale projects. You see the solar out there, the gardens up here, the beehives over here. Start small. If it's working, scale it up. If it's not, stop it.
For Kanaka, I feel the biggest challenge still is human capital. Ideally, I'd like people of this community to be working for this office. But in almost every First Nation community in Canada, there was a period when people weren't allowed to do anything. Patrick was a lucky one who had a chance to go out, but those living on reserves never got a chance to acquire any skills. So people are trying to take that step in that direction and just understand the different kind of opportunities out there, which wasn't the case before we started this project.